Hello. Hi. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I said I was going to be doing a live this weekend, and here I am. I want to do, the basic free readings. These are free readings. These are not, there's no strings attached, but there is one question per person. I am prioritizing people who donate. So if you would like a reading and you want to be pushed to the top, then you can donate. The link is below. You can donate via PayPal or YouTube. I have been out of commission for a while because I've been sick. So we'll see how long this lasts. But I'm really excited about this. I've been missing you guys. I've been missing doing readings. Gosh, it is about time that I am back. So let's get started. I'm excited. It's the summer. It's so nice out. Usually, right now it's really rainy, but if you guys can't hear me, let me know. And I know sometimes there are some issues with that, but yes, hello, welcome. I'm very excited. So you're welcome to ask me a question. I just want to say a few things before I begin. The future is not set in stone. So anything that you ask that is a prediction, like, will this person call me, or will I get that job? These are things that are not, people don't, they can change at any minute, right? These are things that whatever I'm reading is the path that you are on now, and hopefully it helps, but hopefully you can gain something from that. Hello, Emily. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, Waleed. Okay. Great, great, great. Okay. All right. Let me see. Hello, morning. I love how I'm saying that at like 2:45 p.m. Eastern time here. But welcome, welcome, welcome. It's nice seeing you. I'm so happy. Okay. So I guess the person who asked me the first question is Waleed. Hi. I would like to ask about Faisal's feelings for Noor. Okay. Are you Noor, or are you asking about another person? Please clarify that. Like, yeah, who are you trying to, are you talking about like someone that you know named Noor? Okay, just checking, because I have to know who, like, what energy I'm directing at. Okay. I will get to whoever is here next. Like, when I'm done with this reading, I will answer whoever I see intuitively. It's just hard for me to keep track of all the questions. So, yeah, if you're still here. Okay. So, let's see what Faisal's feelings for you. Okay. I'm actually going to start. Just getting back in the game. Interesting. I like to read all of the cards together, so bear with me. Oh, and Emily, you can also just ask, what the cards see. It doesn't have to be a specific question if that helps. Interesting. I feel like this person, Faisal, almost feels like you're out of their league. It's a weird feeling because it almost feels like they think that you're too good to be with them. And they want to know, like, if you're happy without them. Like, if they feel happy. It's interesting. I feel like there's a lot of like them seeing you as kind of larger than life, them seeing you as kind of above them for some reason. I feel like there is this weird hierarchy. It's interesting. A lot of the time we like want someone who's out of our league, but I do see this person thinking about you. I see this person kind of admiring you. It's interesting. I keep seeing like a mountain, and you on top of the mountain. So that's why I keep saying it's kind of like this person is seeing you out of reach, kind of like a winner, someone who kind of is not perfect, but I would say someone who's kind of like thriving. It's interesting. I feel, let me see if I can see more, but it's a weird, I feel like this person is a lot of insecurities face out, which is interesting. So it's almost like you kind of make them maybe feel insecure. I feel like they're recovering from their own journey. So, yeah, it just feels like right now they don't really see you as an equal for some reason. It's almost like they see you as unattainable. And I feel like they're really contemplating more how you're feeling. I'm getting this weird energy from the cards. Interesting. I feel like there are multiple people involved here too. With the two knights here, these could be multiple suitors. These could be people that are both kind of vying for this person's heart. Interesting. Yeah. I just feel like this person, their view on life, it's very insecure. There's something that's making them feel less about the situation, almost like it's too good. So that's the energy I'm getting here. That's what the cards are saying. Does this make sense at all to you? Okay. Well, I wish it were more straightforward. It just feels very like this person, there's more to the situation than just like how are they feeling, you know? That's how it feels. I wish I could just answer it in like a one question thing, but that's the basic of it. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like cuz this what the thing is it's giving me like layers. Like there are layers kind of to unravel about this, which is weird. Yeah. Okay. So next, let's see. Yeah, good luck with that. Let's see. Okay, morning general for this upcoming week. Okay? Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. Let me see. I feel like the spotlight is on you. It's like there's this, I see you really shining brightly. I feel like a lot of the things that are going to happen this week are really out of the ordinary. It's a very strong change in routine. I feel like there's a sense of people really noticing you, people really being drawn to you, people feeling like it's almost like you're a magnet this week. That's the energy I feel. And it's because people are noticing that you're kind of going against the grain. I'm getting this need to kind of reject tradition, reject the norm, and go against the grain. So, all the things that you have been kind of holding on to, these kind of societal expectations or whatever makes people normal, I feel like for some reason this week is really about letting go of that and just having fun. This is a really bright, beautiful time for you where I feel like it's main character energy, where it's basically like you are the star of the week. You're the star running your own show. So that's kind of beautiful. Mm. I feel though you have to be careful because it's almost like, you know, when something's super shiny and beautiful, but at the same time, it's not, it's more like temptation. It doesn't feel like there's depth to it. It doesn't feel real. I'm trying to describe this because I'm getting the energy here. It feels like, because things are shining so bright, you're not really seeing the darkness or the things that might not be in your favor. I feel like you're kind of being misled, almost distracted. So that's one thing I would be careful about. I see people trying to distract you, or somebody trying to come in and distract you and get carried away. I don't know if you have some kind of party coming up or some kind of festival or event, because it just feels like there's going to be a lot of opportunity for things for you to kind of go against your morals, or go against what you're supposed to do, go against the rules. I see you kind of being drawn to breaking the rules for some reason. Interesting. But also, I feel like this is the time right now for you to kind of just embrace self-love, embrace who you are, and really just own that main character moment, that main character energy. I know this isn't very specific, but this is the vibe I'm getting for the week. It just feels like I'm seeing all eyes on you, breaking rules, you know? It's a really big deal. I feel like this is a really kind of like transformational moment, and it's mostly how you handle it that will matter the most. Interesting. I feel like there's also this kind of needing to distract yourself from painful things. So you might find yourself teetering on the edge of wanting to like avoid feeling. Interesting. I'm seeing this like weeping willow. I don't know why, but that usually kind of that appears when you're feeling some kind of sadness, you know, but you want to on the outside express yourself in a really, you don't want people to know that about yourself. So, interesting. I could see you getting an offer of some kind, but just be careful to read the fine print, is also what I'm saying. Don't let yourself get pulled in. I hope that makes sense. Does that help at all? I know that's kind of all over the place. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited for you. I hope you let me know what goes on. That's the kind of it's just very like big, like I don't know, it gives me like celebrity energy, like just someone getting very caught up in fame and very like, you know, being the main character energy, just very big, you know, shining energy. But it's really good. It's not like a bad thing. It just has its, you know, ups and downs. Okay. Garuda legends. I am a dude. I'm protected by a female entity. She gave up on me no matter how much I've been a butthead. I think she might be angelic. Wow. That's an intense experience. Okay. I'm sorry that you have been a butthead. I'm not really sure how to respond to that. Okay. J Dog. Yes, I'll do a general reading for you as well. Okay. Let me just. I've been very like sick, so trying to recover. Okay. J Dog reading. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like this is a really interesting time because I feel like you're trying to balance two sides of yourself. This type of combination that I just got appears a lot when someone is trying to appear more put together than they really are. And I feel like whatever path you're on, you are kind of, you have to balance out that divine feminine energy in yourself. I feel like for you, you have to figure out a way to slow down and relax while also being productive and on it, right? And it feels like that balance has been difficult for you lately. It feels like you can't fully be focused because it's kind of like you get carried away, but at the same time, you have to be able to nurture yourself and take care of yourself and like do the basics. Yeah. And I feel like right now it's just about for you kind of figuring out that balance, figuring out what's what. I feel like you're going to have to make a sacrifice whether you like it or not. This can't go on the way it is. It's unsustainable. And so I feel like you're going to be in this perpetual state of your energy just not being consistent until you're able to actually make a real sacrifice in your life. Not, but you can't see it as like you having to get rid of something. It has to be so you can make more room for your own energy, for you to like chill, to relax, to take care of yourself. You know, it just feels like you're kind of headed towards, no matter what, you're headed towards the end of something. So it's about kind of figuring out whether you want to have control over that ending. Does that make sense? Like you want to instead of just like keeping this up, this kind of balancing act, you have to be able to take control of the situation, be like, okay, this is no longer serving me. What can I let go of? I feel like whatever you're doing, it's leading you like you can't continue no matter what. Sometimes when we don't stop something, life does it for us, right? The body breaks down, or, you know, some circumstance, the universe sends us something that makes it so that we can't do that thing anyway. So it's about whether you want to have control over it or not. So I feel like you have to protect yourself, protect your energy. We have a lot of with the Hangman, the Death card, and then the Seven of Wands. This is just about letting go of these things, trying to make this sacrifice so that you don't crash and burn, so that can remain you can remain stable and happy, and setting some really strong boundaries. Okay? So that's the main message here. I feel also like there have been people that maybe have been trying to help you, but you're a very one track mind. You can get very sometimes overly confident or carried away. Mm, it's interesting because there's this very strong determination. And when you know something, you stand by it. And I feel like that's why this is hard because you need to make this sacrifice. You need to get rid of whatever's, you know, keeping you drained, keeping you back. Yeah. Um, I also feel like, you know, one thing that could help is really focusing on communication. I feel like that's something maybe that you need to focus on because you're not getting the full story of the situation you're in. So that's something to look into as well. But yeah, this is pretty straightforward. Sometimes you just have to like let go of something in order to really, you know, heal and let your life get back into balance. Things are out of whack. Yeah, thank you. That means a lot. It's very validating. Okay. All right. So let's see. We have prosperity. Let me see. My man has mental illness that caused him to nearly destroy our 3-month relationship. Yet he had several long relationships before me. This is making me question my worth in his eyes. Let me reread this because it's longer than most questions, okay? Okay. My man has mental health issues. Okay. I see a lot of things going on here, but that I can comment on, but I want to just see what the cards have to say. As for questions, I'm going to be answering them as intuitively, whatever. If you want to be prioritized, you're welcome to donate. That is what I'm prioritizing here. So the links are below, and you can always book a reading with me on my website, zoethepsychic.com. Okay. Interesting. I feel like this person doesn't I feel like you're not on the same wavelength mentally, because what I feel is that this person is actually feels more like you are the one self-sabotaging the relationship. And this is not what I'm accusing you of or anything like that. I'm just going off of what I'm seeing with the cards. I feel like there's this feeling of leaving them behind. You It's almost like you walked out before they did. Does that make sense? I feel like part of this is also that this person, what has worked in the past for this person just isn't working anymore. They need to be able to make long-term plans with you. They need to be able to make long commitments with you. And I feel like that's kind of like what was working before no longer is acceptable. It's no longer something you're willing to put up with, right? It feels like you are asking something of this person that they may not be. It's not that he's not ready, but I feel like he has to make long-term commitments. He can't just rely on this whatever he's been doing up until now. So it's interesting. Let me see. I see a lot of tension. There's a lot of fights, a lot of just like underlying anger. It feels like there's tension, just like this. Not that you're going to break out in a brawl, but it feels feisty. There's some kind of hostility going on, and it doesn't feel like that kind of environment can thrive. That's not the kind of environment that will make you can't like make love in that kind of situation. Exactly. The fire ant, that's the epitome of the fire ant. That's basically what it's all about. They find little things to freak out about, right? It's this kind of underlying fizzing tension, and one thing is like freaking out. But I do feel like this person refuses to kind of take responsibility of that. And it's really up to them to actually take this step and say, okay, I can't go on the way I've been going on. I have to take this person seriously as a partner. And I don't see that happening right now. And I feel like they're just telling themselves a story of like, they're feeling like you're leaving them. You're leaving them behind. Yeah. So I just feel like right now there's this unpredictable nature to this situation. It's like you can't really know what they're going to do next. And I don't see this person planning on like marrying you or being in a very committed relationship with you when that's what they need to do to be with you. Now, as far as the mental health stuff goes, I feel like it's very clear that you're also kind of projecting in this situation, okay? Because what I'm getting is that it's almost like you're comparing yourself to these other people, okay? And that's not going to get you anywhere. You can't really compare yourself to people in the past, and that is also kind of causing you to, whether you realize it or not, you're taking a step back. I feel like you're distancing yourself a little bit because you don't want to get hurt because so I feel like it takes two to tango. Okay, you both are doing a lot. you know you both are participating in this. It's not just, oh well, he had people before me and they worked out, but I mean clearly they didn't work out, right? It's like you also, because you're afraid and you're trying to protect yourself, I feel like you are kind of like detaching yourself. So this person sees you in, it kind of has this kind of like chain reaction, right? When we do that. And so I feel like there's kind of this wall, this tension, and it's almost like unless this person can just really decide to stay in a long-term situation with you and really just commit and not just do whatever was working in these past relationships. The thing is, what happened in the past relationships, they wouldn't work in your relationship. Your relationship's very different than that, okay? So I feel like you can't even compare. And as far as mental health goes, I don't have to be psychic to tell you that like mental illness can come up at any time. It really has nothing to do with you. It sucks if it's in a relation, you're in a relationship with someone who's dealing with mental health, but at the same time it's not a reflection on you. So I just hope you know that you might feel like you're feeling worse, but the thing is, your self-worth is not a reflection. It has nothing to do with him. He can't make you less. He can't make you have lower self-esteem because he's not in control of you. He can't control how you're acting. So the cards are telling me that this is really about his need to stop trying to rely on these like unreliable solutions or ways that he used to be, and actually, stop gambling with your love. Stop gambling with your heart, because I don't see it in his eyes. Like he doesn't want to um commit, to take it seriously enough. And I see you both kind of having this need to take a step back, this emotional detachment almost. So I feel like a wake up call is in order for you. And it has more to do with you focusing on yourself and less, in figuring out why it is that you feel like you're stepping back as well. It's less about him. And it's interesting. But yeah, I hope that helped. I know that was a lot, but your situation is a lot. And I feel like you need to remember that you're not in charge of his feelings. If you're feeling less about yourself, you need to regroup. You need to figure out why you feel that way and whether you want to be there, you know? That's just it. Yeah. Okay, y'all. So remember, I will prioritize people who donate, and whatever question I pick next is the one that just calls to me after I finish one. Yeah, let me grab some tea. I have a vocal disorder, so I'm trying to not die with my voice. Okay. Garuda Legends. I can see if I have any advice for you, Aries, Taurus, Cusps. Okay. This is really about being a little selfish for you. I feel like you need to stop worrying about what everyone else is doing and just focus on yourself. I also feel like all the problems that you're facing right now are temporary. I feel like they're going to fade. I see like the sun and clouds. I just feel like everything that you're experiencing, this tension, it's going to go away. And honestly, I feel like you need to treat yourself, like to take care of yourself. You know, this is not about worrying about what other people are thinking or feeling. It's about being a little selfish, taking advantage of the situation and doing what's best for you. So, whatever you've been on the fence about or worried about, this is your time to shine and just focus on enjoying your life. This is about pleasure. I feel like this is about other people also not worshiping you, but honoring you. The world is surrounding you right now, it's orbiting around you. And I feel like with the queen, there are a lot of sacrifices that you have made to get to where you are now. You have made these sacrifices, you have gotten here, and now it's about enjoying the gold, enjoying the jewels, enjoying the things that, it doesn't really matter how you got here or how, you know, I just feel like you can't let yourself feel guilty for having a good time and for focusing on yourself. So that energy is really coming through here. I feel like you are not to be underestimated. People, you have like this, you have worked so hard to be where you are. You've earned it. People can't question it. So it's about enjoying that, really enjoying the fruits of your labor, enjoying that moment for you. Yeah. I have been treating people better than myself. I went outside this weekend. I was waving at maybe, yeah. You do. I feel like the outside world, there's a time and place to focus on that, okay? But right now, that's not what this is about. This is about you. And I feel like there needs to be no shame, no guilt for doing you, for taking care of you, and for people kind of honoring your sacrifices and how far you've come and where you are. I see you being in that powerful place. So, yeah, cool. Thank you. And I do recognize you from before. So, thank you for coming, for being here. Okay. Marianne Harris. Marianne. I'm so bad at it. Marianne. I'll just do Marianne. Okay. Can I ask, please, if I will move soon, as the home we have now isn't good for me and my family? Yeah, I can answer that. Remember, guys, I will prioritize people who donate. So if not, I'm going to be answering the questions that I see come up and intuitively, okay? Remember, the future is not set in stone. So this is exactly why readings they exist, because that way we can do something about them if we don't like the answers we get, right? Okay. Interesting. I do feel I also just want to say too, when it comes to questions like will I move, I always have to make it clear that you have free will, okay? So you can move, okay? I know it's not that easy, like you can't just get up and move, but this question of like will I do that, or will I, it doesn't make sense very much, okay? But I'm going to see what I see as far as your home and your family and, the situation. Yeah, so I feel like you're putting in a lot of effort, but it's almost like people aren't treating you with the exact same respect. And I feel that in your family for some reason. It feels almost like they don't understand how much you're providing or you're doing. And there's this expectation from you that you want kind of the same energy back. And I just feel like when it comes to your living space, it's like you can't expect your living space to look the way you want it to right now. So I don't see it happening right away. And I feel like this has to do more with just like expectations and feelings of like needing kind of this needing things to look a certain way in your life. It's interesting. I feel like a lot of the time when you've put in a lot, you expect someone else to kind of sacrifice that too, whether you realize it or not. There's this kind of, you don't want to be the only one putting in. And that's the energy that I'm getting in your situation. It just feels very like, because I've done this, I also expect to be in this situation. I don't know. Let me look further at this because it is interesting. So, okay. So what I'm seeing is really holding you back is really like your like expectations. I feel like there are lots of circumstances in your life that are kind of working against you right now, but it's almost like your expectation is to be kind of, it's almost like you want it to manifest the exact way you want it to manifest. Like what you give, you get back. And I just feel like people aren't meeting you there. And so a lot of this has to do with your expectations, right? You can't expect more of someone who isn't going to give it. And that's the energy that I'm getting when it comes to moving. It's almost like you can't expect people to meet you where you are. So all of this feels heavy. All of this feels like kind of impossible because it's like, should I keep putting in this work? Should I keep trying to make something happen if I'm not going to get the same? I don't know. That's the energy that's coming through. It feels like there's somebody that's being stingy as well. You thought you could count on them, but they're somehow not. And I also feel like because you're so drained energetically as well, you're not capable of really taking care of yourself to the best of your abilities. It's like I see you feeling like you have to put in so much for other people, but you keep getting the short end of the stick. You keep getting people not answering. So I know that's not a direct answer to your question, but I just feel like it's all related. And I feel like you're not going to get anywhere if you keep going on this way. And the cards are kind of overriding your question because the cards are saying, like, it's not really about the place right now. It's about like the energy. There's so much energy that is not circulating. It's like it's almost like you're putting in the sacrifices, but you're not getting that because you're also expecting the wrong thing. It's interesting. Let me see if I can. I feel like you're torn. I see you being very torn between different options. And it's almost like you can't if unless you can fully be in one option in one place, you're not going to be able to manifest the place you want. I don't know. How do I say this? This is I'm very tongue tied today. But it just feels like you can't make up your mind. Like there's so much that is just kind of hanging in the balance that it's almost like you can't be somewhere, be somewhere physical. I don't know how to explain it. There's a lot of mental stuff going on of this, like, your needs are not really aligning with your family. It just feels very like, who are you? And what are you giving up in order to be in this situation, there are two things that I know for certain. Maybe it's one thing, but basically you're hanging in the balance of you're kind of sleeping, you're just in the situation that isn't going anywhere, right? It almost feels like you can't wake up, you can't get out of it. But then on the other hand, there's more of this like, what's best for my family? What's best for the action? To take action. How can I be the wolf pack? How can I be the person who protects my family, right? And it's like you're in this weird in between. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's like this over sacrificing. And so for some reason, that's really translating into you not being able to move, you not being able to receive the same back, to receive the same things from the universe, to receive the same things from other people. It feels very like you're on the edge, like you haven't fully made up your mind. And I think nothing can manifest for you, nothing, until you have kind of centered yourself, until you stand firm on your path. It feels like there's so much that is just, will this happen? Won't it happen? Should it happen? Could it happen? And you should never have to like compete with your family over for needs, right? You should never have to like put yourself above or below, but you do have to prioritize your well-being as well. So this is just a reminder of that as well. Most of this is a mental thing, and it sucks, but it's true. Most of this is just this like need to figure out what you're really worried about deep down. Like, what is it that you're over giving, over doing? Why do you feel the need to do all this? Is your family really like wanting the same? That's another thing, is like you're making all this effort, but what about them? So I feel like there needs to be some kind of unity there. and decision, decisiveness. Okay. I think that's all I can give for that right now. But thank you for the opportunity to read you. I think, let me see if I can pull just a card. Sometimes I use this deck to provide some closure. I love that. Come home to yourself. So I think that's the priority. It's less about where am I going to live? What am I going to do? It's like, how can I find myself? How can I be with myself? How can I feel at home here? So I'm not saying you should just put up with whatever you're putting up with, or if your situation is really bad, that's your prerogative if you want to move and do what you need to do that. Okay. But this is the energy that I'm seeing, the messages that I'm getting. So thanks. Yeah, I mean, definitely move if you're unhappy. That's what I always tell people. But obviously, I also have privilege to say that. I don't, you know what I mean? Not everyone has the ability to just pick up and go, or and there are other people you're considering. So I just think that sometimes we take on so much consideration for other people, but they're not really, they don't care as much as we do. I don't know. It's just like, I think that's also the thing. I don't know if you're a mother, but that's something that mothers do. And then the kids don't actually realize too how much the mother is doing. Their ignorance is a kind of bliss, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just, yeah. Okay. The only one who will love you is yourself. Thank you for that wisdom. That's very wise. Although I think other people can love people too. But I know what you mean. Yeah. I know what you mean. Okay. Hello, hello, Benita Bala. Welcome, welcome. Latoya, thank you for subscribing and liking. Please do that, guys, if you haven't already. It's really, really helpful for me. Thank you, Marianne. I hope that things go well for you. I hope you let me know. I want to know if your move goes well. But thank you. Okay, what is your oh yeah, Latoya. So you're still here, right? I'm gonna do your reading. You just want a general kind of what comes next for you. Okay. And just real quick, once again, I am prioritizing people who donate. So if you do want a reading, then and you don't want to wait, then you're welcome to donate. Okay. Actually, I have so many card decks over here that I like to pick from. Oof. Interesting. Ooh. Hang on. Okay. I just see this person coming into your life and making you laugh. Like, I feel like the stuff that you're going through right now, heavy. I feel like there's some heavy things going on through your life, but there's somebody coming in for you. And I feel like this person just wants to make you laugh, just wants to make you smile, just wants you to be happy, and it's going to be someone that you have never met before. Let me see if I can learn more about this person and why they're coming through and stuff. But I feel like, this person is really, I see them being very creative, artsy, and they kind of inspire you to be creative. I don't know if you're making art or you're a creator, but there's this kind of playful energy to them, this inner child that is going to come through. I feel like I'm seeing like it could even be like a child. I don't see, it's interesting. But I feel like you being very inspired is coming through. You feeling like you can laugh, you feeling like something's kind of been unlocked within you. Like this person is going to bring a side out of you that hasn't been out for a while. I feel like life may have been too serious for you. Life has been kind of heavy, but it's almost like this person is like unlocking, like opening the door for fun, for excitement. I see this person being really good friend. And I feel like you also have to be careful because I could see this person, maybe you wanting to be friends with this person so much that maybe you make some end up in weird situations with them. I feel like maybe some sketchy situations. I don't know why this is coming through, but it is. I feel like this person is going to be almost like a good luck charm. They're going to come through. I feel like this is a really beautiful, creative person. I see you doing a lot of creative projects. I'm getting this need to try new things, to kind of take a walk on the wild side. This person's going to shake things up for you. And I feel like they're here to help you. They have a very that may not be like them saying that, but I feel like that's kind of the energy coming through, is that they're here. The universe is sending them to you to help you be there. Let me see if I can learn more about them. Okay, well, I'm getting Libra. Ooh, lots of Libra energy. This is very interesting. I feel like this person actually it's a karmic situation. I feel like this person actually is coming from your past life. Like you knew them in a past life and they have this kind of pattern that they're playing out with you. It's interesting. The Wheel of Fortune is just giving me like so many awesome moments that are very spontaneous and out of the blue. But I feel like this is a really genuine situation. However, this person isn't like an angel. I feel like they might, have their own demons, but I see this being a very healing thing for you. So, interesting. I could see this person actually being older than you, too. Like, but not by much. Okay. Well, I do see an E. So this person could have the letter E in their name. And I also see Y. So this person could have the letter Y. Yeah. That's just, yeah, very specific, straightforward message. It's just that the devil card came up with them. And it's not that I think that they are, trying to do bad things, but I think that they're fighting their own demons. And that's the only thing that I was like, huh. But other than that, they have the rest of the cards are so positive and so beautiful that I wouldn't give much, thought to that. I feel like you need someone to kind of, I don't know, push you a little bit. So, yeah, thank you. Okay. Benita. I am a Tauremini, a Taurus Gemini cusp, just like you. So, um, okay. Okay, what are Sean's sorry. I had a moment. True feelings and thoughts for me. Family, friend, crush. Okay. He lingers around you and just stares. Ooh. Okay. This person, I feel like they're waiting. They're biding their time. They don't like I feel like they have feelings for you, but they don't want to act on those feelings because it's kind of like they're waiting for the right moment or it's not the right time. It feels like this person is trying to forget you. They're trying to move forward, but also they can't because it seems like they do have feelings for you. I don't feel like they've developed into full like love and romantic feelings, but I do feel like they it's almost like they know that in the future they want to ask you out or be with you. So it's almost like a given. For some reason I'm getting it feels like they just know that they're going to. Maybe it's because you're a family friend, maybe it's because they kind of like are like, yeah, that's the person that I'll probably end up with, but it feels like there's like this biding their time. Let me see. Interesting. I don't even feel like this is the half of it because it feels like things are just getting started. I actually feel like there's a lot of potential for this situation. It's just that this person is slow to react. They take their time. They're not very impulsive or it just feels like they're waiting for the right moment. Yeah. I just think that this is like it's also very new. I don't think that this person has a lot of experience with dating. Um I feel like they're so used to kind of to like doing their own thing. So it's almost like un unexplored territory. Yeah, it just feels very like very new, like very like that's almost why it's uncomfortable. There's a lack of experience. It feels like things are just kind of waking up. And I also feel like this person's slow to wake up to their own feelings. When you care about someone, but like you've been you don't realize you actually it's love or you care until later. Like you're like, "Oh, that's why I feel that way." I feel like that's how it is with this person. this person, I feel like they have to kind of reach a point where they're ready, and I just don't see that right now. So that's the situation. Yeah. I feel like this person works a lot, or they're a hard worker. It feels like they kind of get very caught up in their own work or projects, and they're not really focused on love very much. That's just the energy as well. So I don't even know if this person knows how to process their feelings for you, you know? Yeah. Well, I feel like if you wait time, in time, this person has been, biding their time to try to be with you. But it's also like work. Yeah. Work is taking over. And it's like, does this person even have time to figure out a relationship? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I am prioritizing people who donate. Thank you, Benita. And yeah. Okay. So next, let's see. Trying to see. I'd like to know, what are the feelings of V for me? Tanya. Okay. Tanya. Woo! Interesting. I'm seeing like things are over. That's the energy that I'm getting. It feels like I keep seeing things have come to an end, but this person has really fond memories almost. Yeah, it just feels like they believe it's over. They believe that it's over, that there's like this, the door has closed. It feels like they're not in it to they don't see like you being with them again, but I do see them having really fond memories of you. Like thinking about how like you were the one that got away, or you were the one that like you were everything to this person. I feel like this was really powerful. It's almost like but this person has resigned themselves to letting go, to moving on, you know? I do see this person really caring about you, and having these really powerful, fond memories of you. So, despite you not talking or not being in contact, it just feels like this person can acknowledge that it was real, that this was beautiful at times. And I think that this person has regrets, but they've also resigned themselves to moving forward, to closing the door on you. Interesting. I feel like there was a power dynamic that wasn't maybe equal in the situation. I'm seeing that one of, I guess this person provided, or was more like the one who kind of, who had the resources, I feel like I'm seeing this person feeling drained by the situation, by the relationship, or whatever you guys were. But I do see that there was a lot of love with the lovers. So Yeah, that's the energy that I'm getting. I hope that helps. But yeah, I feel like this person is kind of really focused on work and they're dealing with their own stuff. And I feel like, yeah, they don't see a relationship with you. I see things being closed, that door closing. But them having good memories. Yeah. They can appreciate that about you. Okay. Welcome, welcome. Diamond Heart. Thank you, Tanya. I'm glad that it helped. Sorry about I couldn't give you more of a positive answer, but I'm glad that this helped. Is Jay aware of my past traumas? Did he notice something? So those are two questions. I am only doing one question a person, so I'm going to do the first one, okay? Is Jay aware of my past traumas? Interesting. I do see Jay being aware of your past traumas, but I don't feel like it matters that much. So I do feel like that. I'm getting that I'm seeing like not research, but it feels almost like this person heard it maybe from the wrong source or someone different. Interesting. Yeah. I would advise you not to close yourself off in this situation because of your trauma. Yeah. It just feels like I'm getting the sense that he thinks you're kind of pushing him away. Like you're leaving him behind. And yeah, I just think it's almost like you're self-sabotaging. I don't think it has much to do with him. So that's what I would be focused on. I feel like he sees you in a way that you don't see yourself. He sees you in a way that a lot of people don't see you. And so it's a little bit like, what do I do? What do I do with that? Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. It is scary. I don't know the exact trauma you're going through, but the stigma is scary. And I feel like this is like this person feels like you're leaving them behind. You're not even giving them a chance. So I would, if I were you, try to open up a little bit, but that's my personal thoughts. I feel like what you do with this is up to you. I think the one thing I can really like tell as well is that like this situation a lot of the time because we're so afraid of what people are going to say or think, it feels like for you're overlooking your own, not awesomeness, but who you are. And I think that's something you need to focus on as well. Well, that is, to be fair, that sentence is kind of scary, you know? But I feel like he was probably just trying to, you know, I just feel like you can't just walk away from this if you want this to work. You kind of have to let those walls down a little bit, and it's scary, but if this person doesn't like you because of a stigma, because of these things, then they're not the one for you, right? They're not for you. You know, that's not a reflection on you, but it is scary. I understand. So If you can channel that energy that I just gave you there, then hopefully it will help. But yeah, I wish you the best. Hello, James. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So, thank you, Diamond. I hope that was helpful. All right. James, oh, thank you. Okay. So let's do this. Message from my guides about the connection with SP. Okay. All right. Hi, Kath. Nice seeing you. Interesting. I feel like the messages that I'm getting is that what you had was perfect. There was a sense of like trying to be perfect for each other, trying to like fit the boxes that were asked of you. It's almost like because you were trying to be so perfect or trying to make things I don't know how to explain it other than perfect. It just feels like there was this kind of like perfectionist view on this relationship. It feels like you were trying so hard to be perfect that it's almost like that can lead to burnout, that can lead to exhaustion. And I feel like this person is saying like, I wish I had treated you better. I wish I had acted differently. Um, yeah, that's the main message here. I wish I had treated you better. I feel like there's a lot of this kind of trying to fit the perfect picture, trying to be like what a relationship should be or what it should look like. Hi, Nancy. Welcome, welcome. But I feel like there's something missing with this person, with SP. It feels like it's almost like one of you had to make it stop because the emotional one of you wasn't getting what they wanted emotionally, like they weren't being fulfilled emotionally. It was almost like it had to be done. It felt like there was a lot of like emotional detachment. There wasn't enough, not love, but I feel like one of you didn't have your needs met, and I'm getting it. It's this person. But it also looks like I don't know if this is a marriage because I'm seeing like a divorce or like a broken household, broken family. I feel like this person is afraid of appearing broken or appearing like things are not perfect or put together. So I think that this is just really about you trying to kind of understand this because there's nothing you can do at this point to go back in time. I do feel like this person has regrets, but at the same time, they're trying to pick up the pieces in their own life. And I feel like, I don't know if it's left over from a marriage or previous, I'm seeing like a marriage ending, but it may not even be in regards to yours or to your situation. But it feels like baggage, emotional baggage. Yeah, I don't feel like because they were trying to keep it together so much, it feels almost like there's this balancing act or things feel out of balance, out of whack. Like one of you might have been putting in more in one area than the other, and it just doesn't feel, yeah, it just feels exhausting, honestly. That's the energy that I'm feeling. So that's the situation I'm seeing. But let me see if there's any guidance I can give you about this, because I don't feel like, you know, yeah. I definitely feel like this person acknowledges that they hurt you, that they weren't the best for you. Interesting. Okay, so I actually feel like this chapter is closing for you. I feel like there are a lot of things that you were waiting for to happen, for this person to come through for you, but it almost feels like you're your own guide now. You're your own, like, you kind of have to do it and get through it. And then at the end, you can get like what you want. If you can get your happy ending. I know that's kind of vague, but it just feels like, in a way, like you're forced to kind of look after yourself. That's the energy that I'm getting. And I see a friend that is really kind of like taking up your energy. I don't know. I feel like you really need to lean on your friends right now too, but I'm seeing like friendship coming through and it becoming really powerful. It could be that you just need to get a dog, honestly, but it just feels like you need to find your pack, your yeah, the people that you belong with, the found family. I feel like they're going to be the ones who also need you right now. Yeah. I'm seeing that like right now it's not about love for you. I feel like you have a higher purpose um when it comes to relationships and stuff. It's almost like you have to just see what you had as it being sacred, but also you needing to move on. Realizing that pressure, it was like a pressure cooker, you know? Yeah. Can I ask, did SP have a was were they married prior to you being with them? Because it does feel like there's like a broken commitment that they came from. It just feels like there was baggage that they're carrying that they were kind of projecting in the situation. So I understand. I just feel like it's sad, but it's also like you have to, I think, you can learn from this situation a lot. Obviously, keep trying to keep things perfect, keep things, it's not sustainable. It's not real in that sense. Like you can't keep that up because there's no room for improvement. There's no room for growth, and that just it feels like a pressure cooker. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. I am sorry to, if this wasn't what you wanted to hear, but thank you. I'm glad it offered some clarity. Okay, guys. Remember, guys, if you don't get a reading from me, you're welcome to book one, on my website, zoethepsychic.com. I'm prioritizing people who donate. I am not going to be on here for very long because I like maybe 3 more readings because I feel really sick, like painful in my throat. So I will probably not stay here for very long anyway. And I'm kind of just drifting. So Kath, yeah, thank you. I am doing okay. I just still recovering my throat, so I can't really stay for too long. Okay. Divyansha. I hope I'm saying that right. What is coming towards me in love? I love this question. Interesting. I feel like somebody at work, like a coworker or someone that you're on a team with, is the person that I feel like they have a major crush on you. There's some kind of attraction going on. Let's see. Ooh, this person has a lot in common with you. I feel like there's somebody that's very friendly, very like positive. I don't know. I'm getting very like positive and upbeat person. And I feel like this person wants to be with you, but also I'm seeing them working with you. So that's maybe not mixing business with pleasure. Interesting. I feel like this could be also like a boss, but I'm getting work vibes. So it's interesting. I do not know like what people are doing at your workplace, but I'm getting a lot of like not really knowing. Like I feel like you're kind of on the edge. I feel like there is somebody, but there's also this person at work. So it feels almost like this balancing act, feeling like you can't really make up your mind when it comes to love. I feel like you're going to have a lot of decisions to make that are going to come through. And I feel like this person is just not gone. Like whoever it was, they're still in the picture. But I also see your soulmate could be at work. So it's kind of like you have to decide whether you're going to let go or whether you're going to embrace whatever is there for you. Clearly, though, it's not as simple, right? Because I don't know, workplace romances aren't always advised, right? Yeah, but I feel like, it's not the worst place to be in to be stuck on someone, but also have someone else. Okay. I just feel like this situation right now, you are going to realize that this other person has so much more for you. Let me see if I can see what kind of sign they are. Okay. So I see that they could be, I'm definitely getting Aries energy. And they could be Sagittarius also, or Scorpio. But yeah. Yeah, I feel like you have multiple options that you're going to be like, if your biggest problem is deciding between people, that puts you in a weird spot, right? It just feels like there's this person that's just so friendly and so like I just see them coming through. Yeah. What was your ex's sign? Okay. So then this person, this either Aries or Sagittarius energy, I feel like that's going to represent the work person. Let's see if I can see any letters that I'm getting. Okay, I'm getting T. I did get an A as well. So it could be TA, but yeah. Hmm. Well, it sounds like you're trying to make these qualities fit this person and that's just, that's I think we do that a lot when we really want something to work with someone. But I just feel like there are two people, okay? There are multiple people here, so I can't just say that's yeah. I definitely see this person being like a fire sign, an Aries or Sagittarius. It could also be Scorpio, that Martian energy. But yeah, you're welcome to. Yeah. There's you can pay via PayPal or via the YouTube chat thing. Nancy, I see you. I see you. Nice seeing you again. Okay. Let me see. Also, guys, if you are donating, make sure to let me know because I have to like go look and okay. Okay, so Nancy. It's just donation, so it's whatever you want. It's really no set answer. Okay, Nancy, what would you like to know? What was your question? Maybe I missed it. Are we are you asking me the same question you asked me the past few times? It's okay. I mean, I'll answer it, but I'm just saying like it might not be as productive. It hasn't been that long, but we'll see. We'll see what it says. It could change. What is happening? Thank you, Divyansha, for everything. Okay, how does the Scorpio feel? Okay. Awesome. Okay, I will get to you, Divyansha, after I read Nancy. Okay. So we're going in order. Okay. So interesting. I feel like a lot of things that were kind of up in the air before, like consequences of this person's actions are kind of coming into play. Let me be more elaborate, but I just want to get more cards out first. This person, I can't stop thinking about you. This person cannot get you off their mind. They cannot stop these feelings. And it feels like as a result of that, it's almost like there are consequences to that. It feels like this person can't move on, you know? I just feel like they're trying to get control over the situation, but things are coming up now from the past that are really causing some tension for them. Interesting. Yeah. So I just feel like this person is kind of, they're not really speaking their mind. They're not saying what they really feel. But I feel with the, like, I can't stop thinking about you. I feel with this sleeper card that they are just kind of stuck. Like all the past things are kind of just playing out now. I also feel like they could be dreaming about you as well. There's a sense of like, I can't stop dreaming about this person. I can't stop thinking about this person. They're always on on my mind. I feel like there's a lot of suppressed emotions going on as well. Like this person doesn't want to feel these things, so they're suppressing them. But yeah, so I mean, that's the basic, like what they're feeling. I feel also like this person just isn't happy with a lot of stuff. James, I will get to you after Divyansha. Thank you. Let me write these down so I don't forget. I will forget. I'm sorry. Because I have a bad memory. Okay. Okay. All right, Nancy. I feel like this is the time for you where I'm seeing this person is trying to make plans. They're trying to plan ahead. They're trying to move forward. But I almost feel as if they're getting a lot of like mixed messages, and it's almost like it's bringing them back to the relationship. So it's almost like I'm seeing them like facing consequences for thinking about you a lot, whether that's in their relationships, whether that's on their own time. It just feels like there are people that are reminding them of you, and it just feels like this constant kind of mind fuck, like mixed messages. I am seeing them arguing a lot with their current partner or with somebody that they're with. I feel like there's a lot of like pointing, like he said, she said. I don't know why. I see someone being like a mean person, like a mean lady, mean someone who's harboring a lot of anger. It's interesting. Does that make sense, Nancy? I just feel like this person, I see them trying to take a step back and kind of evaluate what they're doing with their life. I feel like they can't stop thinking about you. They can't stop dreaming about you. They are feeling like it's kind of just like they can't get out of it. I feel like a lot of things from the past are kind of coming up now for some reason. And I see it causing tension in their relationship, but I also don't see it being enough to like, break up that person. I feel like that person, there's just a lot of like pointing fingers. He said, she said, the situation's very complicated. Does this resonate, Nancy? I have to I need just some confirmation here. So I don't just keep barreling forward. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I keep seeing like travel plans. I don't know if he's trying to travel or take a trip, but it feels like he's planning to travel. And it's almost like that's causing some tension. And I feel like it's almost like there's some needing to smooth things over. So I don't know if this person is traveling like with the kids or taking a trip, but it does feel like this person is making plans to, move or be a little far away. So I'm not saying that they're going to move, but I see them traveling. So, I don't know why, but I keep seeing them far away from you, like very far, farther and farther. So that's the energy I'm feeling. I'm so hungry. 420. Okay. So that's what is he? Okay. Yeah. After I read, I am open now for readings. I just opened up. So if you go to my website, you can go to the booking a reading and you can see what times are available. And I can definitely, that's the easiest way. Okay. I'm going to read, Divyansha. Thank you, Nancy. I'm really rooting for you. And I'm sorry this Scorpio is taking up so much space in your heart. Like, I wish you could release that, because it's like clearly this person like doesn't match the energy that you have right now. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. It's very validating. Okay, next. Divyansha. Sorry. So let's see. Can you tell Arjun's feelings towards me? Any chance of reconciliation? Okay. So this is what we are about. Let's focus on this X, okay? Let me see. Okay, and after Divyansha, I will do James. And then if you guys want to donate more, it's fine, or get another reading, it's fine, but I will need to take a break and get some food, because if not, I will read while I'm hangry, and that is not fun. Okay. So Divyansha. Okay. Interesting. I am afraid to contact you. I feel I feel this because it looks like this person almost feels like it's daunting. It's daunting to talk to. It's almost like they have so much on their shoulders, so much going on that it feels so heavy. And it's almost like, how do I get past that? So I feel like this person is afraid. Okay. And the thing about it is also, I feel like you, for some reason, I see you helping them. I don't know why this keeps coming up for me, but it's almost like you're helping them. You're trying to like work on things and make things better. I feel like you're more of the guide, the guiding force here. And it's almost like if you get back with him or somehow you somehow like you reunite, I see you being the person who's like helping, the person who is guiding things, who's constantly like doing that. And you have to be okay with that if you want that. Okay. So the cards are just really want me to tell you that because it may not be, what you want to hear, but it feels like this person isn't being authentic with you. It feels like, I don't know, I'm seeing like they like a starving artist or they have some kind of, it doesn't feel like they're where they want to be in life, financially, successfully. It feels like they're still kind of trying to make it. And yeah, I just feel like it's almost like they're trying to wear a mask in order to project this image of themselves, but it's not being authentic. And you're going to feel the need to like change or fix them or help them, guide them. And that is not healthy. So, yeah, it just feels like this person has a lot to work through. They have a lot of shadows that are kind of getting in the way of the future for them. And it also feels like this person has like a lot of fear of like starting up with you. I don't know. But that's the energy I'm seeing here. It's very heavy for them. Yeah. But it's also like you're trying to be involved and I don't feel like that was working for you, like trying to help. I feel like there's this idea sometimes in relationships where like I can fix things or I can help things, but you weren't able to. And I just feel like that. I feel this like there was this lack of appreciation. So I don't see him having like really like happy thoughts about you. I feel like it's more like fear or like afraid to like it says, I'm afraid to contact you, I don't see I don't see him stalking you. No. I don't see any stalking. I definitely feel like you're not like he hasn't forgotten about you, but I don't see stalking. Um yeah. So as far as like reconciliation, this is not something that I see for you. I mean, you're always welcome to call, but I can tell you right now that he's not thinking of you that way. I feel like the role you would take on is maybe not the healthiest, right? It's very one-sided. I'm actually getting for you, I see like friendships really supporting you. And I think that's something you should lean into. Why do I keep seeing friend zone? I feel like there's somebody else for you, but it's almost like you're stuck in a role that isn't made, like that is stopping you from progressing. Right? That could be that person that I saw at work. But I do feel like there are other people there for you right now, and I feel like it's important to lean on them, you know? This person is not your person, and they clearly are not where they want to be in life. Be your own first priority. I love this. You got to do you. Well, like I said, there's definitely people there for you. Um I feel like you have to just start celebrating you and celebrating what you're good at. And I think that as far as like work goes, I see someone really wanting to be around you. I feel like there's someone that might want to collaborate with you as well. But of course, you need to be your own priority, right? So that's the energy that I'm getting. I'm not sure what that means. Um, but I can definitely send you some energy your way. That's not really what I do. I just think that this is not a bad reading for you, you know? Okay. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, Sun and Music. As I explained, I just have to get a snack or I can't read people. After I read James, which I'm reading next, I can read you, but I have to get a snack or you will regret our reading. I will be very grumpy. So, it will only take like 5 minutes though once I'm done. I wrote you down after James Barry. So, okay. Divyansha, well, you're welcome to donate more and get that. But I will add you to that list. Otherwise, it's just one question per person. So, and you're also welcome to book a reading with me on my website, zoethepsychic.com, if you would like. Okay, James, are you here? Going to continue. And guys, anytime that after James, I'm going to get a snack. So if you donate, that's fine. I will do your reading, but I will have to get like a banana or something, or I will not be able to read. Okay. Okay. So, okay, James, let me go back and look at yours. So, I saw SP with a fiance in a dream once. I wondered if you see any chance in reconciliation. There's a lot we never talked about. I've wondered if we had a past life. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna add you to the list, Divyansha. I'm so all over the place right now. I'm going to get food after I read James. Thank you. Thanks, Kath. That's very sweet. Okay. Okay. I saw SP with a fiance in a dream once. I wonder if First of all, I feel like SP is not someone you can just walk away from right now, you know? It feels like I love how I have the witch because the witch does create dreams and it feels very real. But I feel like this person, they need to work out what they want, you know? It feels very much like they're holding on to something. It feels almost like, let me get some more cards here because the message that's coming through is interesting. I feel like the energy that I'm getting is that SP feels like you've already left. You've already moved on. I feel like they don't necessarily think there's even an option to be with you. It's like I feel like what you had really, it's almost like it could have been so much more, but I feel like it also has to do with timing, like the divine timing, like people in your life come in there for a reason, you know, they arrive in your life for a reason. And unfortunately, I just feel like you guys weren't at your you met when you weren't ready to meet. You met before things could progress. And I just don't see this person seeing you as available. I feel like you in a way, I'm getting the sense that they feel abandoned, um, like you gave up. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it just feels like you gave up. It feels for them like they're just trying to be happy now. But yeah, I see a lot of things. Like I said, I feel like there's a lot of baggage. There's a lot of things that feel like they're holding them down. Um, yeah. But I just feel like I mean, this is how they feel, you know? I think it's almost like I feel also that because this person had like a broken past, they felt like if in order to kind of protect themselves, they had to kind of move on. You know what I mean? It's almost like you anticipate someone else hurting you. You can anticipate that. Yeah. I the thing about it is I don't see you as soulmates. I feel like this is a very powerful situation, a powerful relationship, but I'm not getting soulmate energy. I feel like this person at this point right now doesn't know what they want. I feel like they're kind of on the fence. And if you are trying to, and if you do somehow try to be with them, they haven't really figured out what they want. That is doesn't make for a very good partner because they're so caught up in their own thoughts. Does that make sense? Their own like decision making, they're feeling like on the edge, like they can't decide. And I feel like this person, I actually see them dating someone who's really different from you. I feel like it's the kind of person that they would probably, it would be like the opposite of you or the opposite of the person they usually date. So I'm seeing that happening where they're kind of like figuring out what they like, they're figuring out what they want. And a lot of the time, I just feel like they're going through this process of kind of needing to experiment and figure it out. Yeah. And that's why I just feel like, you know, I'm just telling you how I see them. And I see them feeling like you abandoned them or you left them behind. But I also feel like they're in a stage of experimentation, of just kind of like figuring out what they want, what's going to happen with them, right? And then with the sun here, I feel like they can see that, you know, the silver lining, that things are going to be okay. But at the same time, they're so caught up in their darkness. And I just feel like they have to figure themselves out. But yeah, as far as you go, I feel like what you had was like a very powerful moment. I don't see them as your soulmate. Yeah. But I also, in your previous reading, I did see this like the 8 of cups, which is really about like feeling like something's missing. And a lot of the time, it's about making the tough decision and realizing like, okay, there is something here that isn't working, that is I'm not getting what I need out of this, and I have to walk away. So I'm not saying you did that, but I feel like it was kind of a theme, in the relationship. And I just feel like there's this kind of like this person doesn't really know what they want right now and they're experimenting. They're figuring it out. They're trying different things. So until they actually know it or have kind of gone, I feel like they're going through that phase of like trying different things or trying other things. It doesn't feel like they're looking for a relationship, not like a serious one. And if they find that, they find that. But I see them dating people that are really different than you, like the opposite, like people they would have never dated before. So it's interesting. Exactly. Like we can contemplate what ifs and what could have happened and why this person didn't pick us or whatever. Obviously, that's not your situation, but it's like that person didn't want it. What can you do now? How can you move forward? How can you process this? You know, what will it take for you to feel like you can move on? And I just feel like this person is clearly in their experimentation phase. They're figuring out, they're kind of going against the grain. I could see them making a lot of mistakes, but also learning a lot right now, growing. So where are you at? What is your, you know what I mean? Like what's your journey right now? Because this is not, this person is in their own journey, you know? And I feel like your path is just like, you have so much of it going for you. I don't think, but that's the thing. Like, what you did wrong. I mean, what am I saying? You know what you like, your truth, right? All this stuff, this feeling of being left behind or this feeling of being abandoned, that's her truth, right? That's her thoughts. And sometimes they don't line up. And that's just the way it is. Like, you can't change how another person is feeling. And so I feel like you have to trust yourself now. You know, you don't have that validation from her. So you have to trust yourself. You have to trust your own feelings. And I think deep down that like you didn't, clearly you didn't abandon this person, but they're going through their own thing. A lot of the time though, we tell ourselves these stories in order to help us move on, right? So she might be telling herself like, oh, well, this person abandoned me, so that I can move forward, right? There's a feeling of sometimes we do this stuff to cope. I don't see this being in the future, I mean right now the cards are saying it's not a future thing. I feel like your future is elsewhere, but future's not set in stone. But the message from the cards is I wouldn't wait around for this person to come through, or I wouldn't try to, because even if you did say try to start something with them, they're in this experimentation phase. Like they're not in a phase of being ready, right? And the last thing you wanted to dive into another messy relationship with your ex in order to just, just have to deal with it all over again. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, guys. Okay. I have to eat something. So I know that next on my list is Sun and Music. They donated, and Divyansha. I'm going to answer the question, but I am going to take a 5-minute break. I cannot give you a reading when I am burnt out. So I will be right back. So yeah, apologies for that. I'm just going to leave this on, I guess. And then, yeah, thank you, Sun and Music, for understanding. I just don't want to give you a bad reading because I didn't eat enough. So it's been a while. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. All right. Sorry if that took a long time. Sun and Music, are you still here? I'm going to go ahead and do your reading. Sorry for that. General on the next romantic partner. Ooh, physical features. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. I see this person loves to travel. I feel like they have so many, like, they want to go on adventures. They want to take, I feel like they're very adventurous. They're the kind of person that likes to explore, to take their time. Sorry. And I just feel like this person just is kind of like maybe not laid back. They could be laid back, but they're kind of like, hey, let's just take this thing and use an adventure, go on an adventure. I feel like this person is very spiritual. I'm getting that maybe they are also psychic, or they have some kind of connection. And it feels like this could be a past life thing as well. Like you could be connected, like a twin flame situation. It feels very intense. And it feels like it's just like it's meant to happen. Like two worlds collide and it just makes sense. There's just this really beautiful energy of just like the universe bringing you together, and it just makes sense. That's what I keep hearing. I keep hearing like synergy. Let me see. I'm also getting like kind of like golden retriever energy. You know what I'm talking about? Where this person's very like, you know, very upbeat, very happy. They want to give you their heart. They want to love you. I just feel like this is a very beautiful, adventurous, spirited person. So we're starting with that. I feel like the connection you have really isn't about looks, though, which is important to note. This person is like, I feel like you guys will have this connection where it's almost like they can read your mind, without talking. There's this sense of you both have the same thought process, and so it'll be easy. Okay. Yep, this confirms it. This person is definitely a past life person. I could see this being a Scorpio or Aquarius, which is interesting. I also feel like this person likes to volunteer. You might meet them on like volunteer work in another country. It just feels like they don't have, it's not, maybe they're a nomad, maybe they don't work from one place. It feels like they travel a lot. So it could be like this person really likes to volunteer. Maybe you guys are volunteering together, but I'm just getting that energy. I feel like this person has a very youthful energy, and they'll kind of, you'll try a lot of new things together, I feel. It will be very hard to say no to this person when you meet them. I could see them being kind of like dark and mysterious. I feel like features wise, I could see them having like dark hair. I could see them having, I'm getting like brown eyes as well. I feel a lot of, when I picture them, I'm picturing like Hades. Like it feels very mysterious. I don't know. I definitely feel like they're tall and they have just like this presence, like you can feel them. But what I love is that they have that golden retriever energy, you know? And I just think that's what's so exciting. I feel like this person kind of has this happy go lucky. Um but they're very new to a lot of things. Like they're just trying it, you know? And I feel like they're going to be very inspirational for you. I feel like this person looks a lot younger than they are, too. Yeah. So I'm seeing like dark hair, I'm seeing tall, I'm seeing brown eyes. Scorpio, Aquarius vibes. And I'm seeing the letter N. I'm also seeing the letter F. So these could be in their name. Thank you, Vishank. Yeah. So that's the vibe I'm getting. I hope that helped. You're welcome. I like it. I mean, who doesn't love that? Okay. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and asking that question. I love that for you. Okay, now Divyansha. Divyansha. Yes, I don't know. Are you still here? Yes, okay. I love how these questions are kind of like similar. We're on a roll here. I think it was good that I took a break for just a second because my brain was turning to mush. Okay. So I do remember I told you about that person at work, but I'm going to tell you a little more about who they are. I think that will be helpful. I feel like love is like in the air for you in general. I feel like there are multiple people coming through. So many paths you can take. You are at this state where I feel like it's not really like who's available to you. It's more like, are they right for you? Right? It's more like, are they going to be there for you? Because I feel like you have all these options. I feel like you're on this roundabout and you have all these paths you can take. But the question is, are you going to be able to stick to that path long enough, right? Are you going to be able to be in a relationship with this person? Will it work out? Yeah. It just feels like so many doors opening and it's about like picking the right one. That's what I'm seeing here. And so I can't tell you like every single one clearly. We're going to focus on the ones that I see really coming for you that are really going to work for you. Okay? Because I don't want to just tell you random like people in your life that are going to be love interest. I want to give you the person to look out for that really, will be your soulmate. You know what I mean? Because if not, we'll be here all day. Okay. This person is really practical. I feel like this person is a very grounding energy for you. You need this person because I feel like you're used to people who maybe aren't as stable, but I see this person being very stable for you. I also feel like they're very aware of like the things that you're going through. I feel this sense of like it's almost like it makes sense because it's pragmatic. It makes sense because this person just is aware. Like they're hyper aware of your quirks, they're aware of what you're doing. I feel like this person is always watching. It's almost like they can't help it because of who you are, because of your energy. So this is interesting. I'm getting a very earthy energy coming through. Okay, so I'm getting that Sagittarius energy again, as well as that Aries energy. I feel like this person is either Sagittarius, Aries. There's a very fiery nature to them, but they're also very grounded in reality. And that's what's awesome about them. I'm getting the feeling that this person may seem like they're trying way too hard. It's like, I feel like they're going to approach you and you might be kind of like, they're trying too hard. They're doing too much. They can't make me like them. But I feel like this person is not someone you should just walk away from. I feel in general like this person has big shoes they're trying to fill in their life. And they're not worthy of them yet, but I feel like they're going to be worthy of you. So that's the energy I'm getting. I feel like there's definitely this like, yeah, I just feel like this person has a lot going on with their life, but they're always going to be aware of you and always going to be there for you. And I feel like they may have like, I feel like being with you is kind of like an affirmation for them of their awesomeness. I feel like they value you a lot, like almost like they don't feel worthy of you, but by being with you, they feel worthy. Yeah, it's interesting. I can try to give you some more features and stuff like I did before. I'm going to, I don't like spamming either. I'm going to remove, okay, they're in a timeout. Okay. Okay, I'm actually seeing another suitor here that is like either a Virgo or a Capricorn. There's a very earthy energy coming from them. So we have two suitors, okay? We have the Aries or the Sagittarius or the Scorpio, right? And then we have like a Virgo or Capricorn. And I feel like these two are going to be really important in the future. So keep an eye out for them. I'm getting an R. Interesting. An R and an I. So that could be the beginning of their name, Re, or something like that. But that's the energy. Is the college friend a Virgo or Capricorn? or a Leo? Just curious, because that could confirm a lot. Okay, so maybe not. But then again, there's the whole chart, so. Okay. Well, basically what I'm seeing is you have a lot of options. I'm seeing an earthy sign, someone who is very like practical, is very like, hyper aware of you, is really trying to be worthy of you, and has a lot of like these big shoes that he's trying to fill. And then I'm seeing like this coworker who I was explaining about, who was an Aries or Sagittarius or a Scorpio. And I feel like that person is going to bring a lot of, it's almost like there's something like forbidden about them, like you're not supposed to be with them, but I see that coming through. So those are two people that I see that could be really powerful relationships, but I see more than that coming through for you. So you're just going to have to like, be open, but also be smart about what path you're taking with these people. Okay. But this is your era, to find love. I love it. I think keeping your options open is a good thing, honestly. But that's my personal opinion. Okay. Yay. All right. Jay Han has, okay, Kath, I don't know if you're still here. Okay. I don't know how to say it. I think it's John has a debt money with me and my mom. What is he thinking about? The pay that he has to make to us? Interesting. I will try to see what I can see about this, but money situations are not really my forte. But I'm going to see if I can hear anything, okay? I'm seeing a confidence around this person regarding the money situation. I feel like this person has kind of been through it. I feel like it makes me feel, the feeling I'm getting is that he's scrounging money from like empty pockets. It's weird, but that's how I feel. It's like he's trying to make money out of nothing. I feel like this person is very confident about the situation, but I also feel like they're really trying their best to move on. It's almost like they don't want to be held down by it. And I feel like it's actually why I see them acting more detached for some reason. I feel like they don't want to feel attached to this. But yeah, I do see someone very confident, someone who feels the need to be independent. So I don't know if that resonates with you, but that's the energy that I'm getting here. I'm going to try to give you some advice because I think that might be more helpful of how to maybe handle that. I feel like the cards are telling me that you need to handle this situation with a lot of care, with being very careful. It feels like fragile almost. It's like I feel like he doesn't have to uphold his end of the bargain. Do you see if he is thinking of paying us what he has to? I mean, I see him thinking about it, but I feel like he's trying so hard to not feel about it or not think about it. Like he's trying not to. I actually don't feel like he has the money. That's why I keep seeing empty pockets. Like he's trying to pull from empty pockets. I feel like he's trying to pull from empty pockets. I don't know how to explain other than that. I'm sorry. I'm really not good at talking about money issues. Yeah. It feels like yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing. I don't know. I'm sorry. That's just like, I don't know how to answer that because it feels like what he's thinking and what he's doing is different. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like he has the money. It feels like he's very much on the um, rock bottom almost. Like it, I don't know. That's the energy I'm getting. So what is he thinking? Yeah. All right. Let's do some more. Does the person, okay, DD, does the person I love me back the same? Will he marry me? Please, I really am desperate. Okay, I'm going to focus on the first question, which is, does the person I love me back the same? Okay. Because I'm only doing one question per person. Okay. Immediately, this person is giving me secrets. This person, I don't see them staying. I feel like this person has hidden who they really are from you. They feel like they haven't been honest with you. I keep seeing them running. Like run away. And that can be just a symbol, that can be symbolic. But it feels like they're running away from you, from being with you. I keep seeing like I'm hiding who I am from you. I haven't been fully honest with you. There's a sense of like this person not wanting to it's like they can't tell you their true feelings because they haven't been honest. So I feel like there's something that needs to happen. Um so much going on here. I know this is probably not what you expected, but I'm just saying, like, this person, I feel like they have one foot out the door and I see them having feelings for you, but I just feel like they're not able to. It doesn't really matter because there's so much that they're not telling you. I'm just seeing secrets. I feel like this person is not fully opening up to you. There's something like they're holding on to. I'm seeing a lot of like past, something from the past that they're holding on to. I know this is wild, but with the Ace of Cups here, I feel like they are trying to give you their heart, but at the same time, they're holding on to something from the past. It feels like they're hiding the past from you. They're hiding something. And I feel like, why do I see like revenge? I feel like they're just kind of like not in it with you. They're so focused on their own journey. I just feel like there's something they're not telling you. And it feels almost unfair. Okay. I don't feel like it's like he's scared to tell you. I think that it's more like he's just not telling you, which isn't a good idea. I wish I could. Let me see if I can find the motivation behind it, okay? I don't want to leave you with this because I feel I just feel like his feelings are very I mean, when someone is like hiding something from you, it feels almost like the other stuff doesn't matter until that comes out, right? I just feel like he's lying, honestly. I mean, there it feels like there's deceit going on. Um, you know, the energy that I'm getting here with the Knight of Swords reversed, it's almost like there's some anger. It feels like he has feelings for you, but there's a whole part of his life he's not telling you. There's something he's really not telling you. And I just feel like he doesn't have the best motivations. I think it's important for you to guard your heart, honestly. I'm not saying this to scare you. I think it's really important for you to stop like I can tell that you have a lot of empathy for this person, but I feel like love may not be easy for you because you have such a big heart. And I'm just getting that this is like it's almost like experience is lacking or something. Interesting. But yeah, I feel like this person just isn't being honest. And yeah. And I feel like there's something about like you, I feel like yeah, I mean it's not really about you, so I don't want to go there. But I just feel like this is more about them and them not being honest. I feel like motivations are not really pure. And I feel like I'm getting that they think you're kind of like naive or something. I don't know, but that's the energy that I'm seeing. So I'm not trying to say that to freak you out, but I think it's something that it would be stupid if I didn't tell you what the cards are saying. I do see this person like really wanting to be with you, like they have feelings for you, but it's like, does that matter if they're hiding stuff from you or if they are trying to run away, right? I think they have a past that you need to explore. Yeah. Okay. Kath. Um, I think your question is what tripped me up because you're like, what is he thinking about paying? But what I'm seeing is he just doesn't have, like, he's trying to scrounge money up. I don't feel like he has it. Um, yeah. Good luck, Dee Dee. I just feel like, okay, yeah, I just feel like this person is not Kath. I just feel like this person, he's putting on a front. Like the thing, he doesn't have, it's like a mask. Like he doesn't actually have the money. I just see that. So, okay, y'all. Let's see. Okay. Oh, thanks for subscribing. The red thread. Let's see. What was your question? Will my crush feel good in my company? Okay, we can see. Thanks, Kath. Good luck with that. Okay. I do feel like this person will feel good in your company. But I do feel like after being in your company, there will be thoughts, I guess, like this person will have a lot of like ideas about you. So I don't know if that answers your, I mean, it answers your question, but yeah. I feel like this person, you should be less worried about how your crush is feeling and more about yourself, because I feel like your crush may not be, may not act the way you want them to, I guess. Like they'll wish they had acted differently towards you. So, yeah. Okay. I hope I'm saying this right. Alicia. I don't see it being in a good way, red thread. I see them thinking, I wish I had treated them better. I wish I had treated this person better. So I don't know if that means like maybe they'll regret the way they acted, but yeah. It doesn't mean that it's like, doomed or anything. I'm just saying as far as the situation goes. So, yeah. I feel like you should be less worried about you and more worried about their feeling. You know what I mean? Like, well, anyway, I don't know, but that's the point. Is just they're going to feel like maybe they did it wrong. Okay. Okay. Alicia, what are Aaron's current feelings? Block situation. Okay. Alicia, are you still here? Want to make sure before I do anything. Okay. I feel okay. Let me get the cards out first before I jump to anything. Interesting. Okay. First of all, I'm doing that too. Okay. I feel like the energy that I'm getting is that this person's leading you on. I feel like they're drifting. Almost like they don't want to put I don't see them spending a lot on you. I feel like you're going to be thinking like a lot about how are they feeling? What are they doing? You know, you're going to be stressed out about the relation or about the person this person and your connection all the time. So that's how I feel about this. It feels almost like because they're not communicating or validating you, you're going to be feeling like am I crazy? No, you know, am I overthinking this? Like it's going to be feeling not as secure. It might make you feel insecure, okay? And the thing about it is I also feel like they're not going to spend money on you. I don't see you going to nice places with this person. I feel like they're going to be stingy. Like if you go on a date with them, they take you to like Taco Bell or something. They wouldn't take you to a nice restaurant. Does that make sense? Like this person, they don't have a goal. You know, they don't really know what they want or why they're even dating or whatever. You know, it just feels very much like drifting. Like, do I even want this or anything? You know what I mean? It just feels very like this person doesn't really have any ambition and they're not going to treat you like a prize. They're not going to treat you like a queen, you know? Exactly. And I just see your mind doing unnecessary somersaults, like just going back and forth, wondering, how's this person feeling? And you're probably going to go on the psychic thing and ask that over and over again because you won't know, you know? And I feel like it's just at this point, it's not fair to you, but I don't see them giving to you financially. Like, I don't see them giving you gifts or like treating you like, yeah. So that's the energy I'm getting. So, as far as like feelings go, I don't really think this person takes you seriously, honestly. You know, they're very caught up in their own stuff. And I just feel like you deserve way better. Let me see if I can give you a card. Shark, swim away from the situation. Right? There are plenty of other fish in the sea, okay? This is not healthy. Oh, well, there you have it. I mean, Pisces is some of the dreamiest relationships, right? Because they're so good at playing out their fantasies and like really being in it. But then when they don't have someone who treats them well, you know. And I also feel like a lot of the time Pisces can delude themselves into thinking that they don't deserve someone who's like treats them really really well if they're not feeling it, you know? So don't fall for that. Thank you, Kath. I feel flattered. Okay, Tarot Destroyer, goodbye. Ew. Sorry about that. I don't know why these people come onto here like that. Okay. So, NRA 00, what is your question? Abdullah, I cannot understand that question. It's not English. Sorry. So if you want to rephrase it, maybe I will get to it. Okay, does Henry Leo, I think that's how you say it, Liao? Oh, well, I'm prioritizing people who donate, so I'm going to do Fifi, and then if you're still around NRA, I will read you. Also, if anyone does donate via PayPal, make sure to let me know so I can, make sure that I get your reading. Okay. Fifi. Yes, what would you like to ask? You can type your question out. I don't know where you are. What is your question? If not, I'll just continue with NRA, I think, until, oh, here we go. I would like to know who's a better partner for me, Nick or Brian. Ooh, I love a good love triangle. Okay. Okay. I feel like they both, honestly, they're both giving me some obstacles. So I'm going to be real about that. I feel like with Nick, I'm seeing this person being much better at like being a provider. I don't know. I feel like this person, there's some masculine energy coming from them. And I'm getting that this person is much more like much more owning that masculine energy. But I also feel like they're kind of in their own world and there may not be a lot of flexibility for you in it. So there's that. I'll elaborate in a second. I feel like this person, they're both at places in their life where I guess they have a lot to learn. And I feel like you have a really strong place in this person's heart for some reason already. I feel like they don't see you like other women. They see you as someone who's very like more important than a lot of other people in their life for some reason. It's almost like they've never let anyone in that way is what I'm getting. They've never let anyone get that close. That's just the vibe. And it feels almost like there's so much potential here for growth for you to be together. And I feel like, but this person can be stubborn. They have their life the way they want it. And it's like, are they able to let other people really thrive in it with them? Okay. Then we have, I feel like, um, yeah, I feel like Brian, there's this more like communicative. I don't know if they're more artistic or maybe it's just like they use their voice more expressive, but it feels like the problem I'm seeing with them, okay, is that there's, um, I see you clashing. I feel like there's more confrontation there. Because I feel like this person may not have the empathy sometimes to see your point of view. And it feels like you both kind of like, I just see you being very like confrontational with each other. So there could be some fights. But I do feel like this person is kind of, they're really into you. I feel like they think about you all the time. Like they even stay up, stay awake thinking about you. Like they can't get you off their mind. So it's kind of like, they both have this kind of their growth, I guess. I don't know if it's a type that you have, but it feels like they have some growing to do. Okay. But I do feel like they both value you. I feel like for some reason I'm seeing Nick being more of like past and then Brian feeling more like future. You know what I mean? It feels like something really powerful. Um I'm hearing like this person was kind of like you could have been the one or you could have been the person. I don't know. It just feels like you came closer than anyone is what I'm hearing. It just feels like that. It just this energy of just like what we could be. There's so much potential. You were right there. I don't know. That's the energy I'm getting. And then from the other person, it's like, wow, I'm thinking about you. I could be writing songs about you. Like this person has these thoughts, but I see you clashing. I see you not being able to like see eye to eye. And that is weird. So let's see if I can see anything else. But the nightingale is very expressive. I feel like it's somebody who will never make you feel like you can't express yourself. Um, and that's Brian. I feel like by being with Nick, you would open up a door to like all these new possibilities. It would be like being, it would give you kind of like the life you would have would be really, really interesting and new. I love how like I'm seeing like a door for one person and then an archway for the other. It's like so many possibilities, so many like new opportunities with both. Um but yeah, so it's kind of like I see your dilemma, I feel that because I feel like they're both kind of similar, like on the same field almost. A lot of the time when people say, well, which one do I choose and stuff, they're usually one of them is a little more secure, more this, but I just feel like you have two options that are really interesting that both care about you and see you as potential or see. The thing about it is I feel like Nick, it's more about that like potential, like could you fit that role? Whereas Brian feels more like authentic, like feelings, like I'm thinking about this person, I'm feeling them. You know what I mean? So it just feels like, are you wife material or do I love this person? That's the energy I'm feeling. So obviously it's up to you what you decide to do, you know? I can't tell you that. But hmm, I'm saying like Capricorn or Aquarius energy. I don't know if that resonates, but I feel like no matter what you choose, this is going to be like a major era for you. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That kind of the elk, very masculine, very like not old fashioned, but like, you know, that grounded energy of like, I need to be more traditional. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Mm, is Nick a friend? Because I'm getting like one person feels like more of a friend, and I feel like this person may be someone you need to really consider. So, I don't know. But anyway, this I hope this helps. um okay, great. Welcome, Abdullah Khan. I will write down your name. I guess I'll read Abdullah now. Thank you, Fifi. And if you want to book a reading with me, you can. ZoeThePsychic.com. If not, it was great talking to you. Okay. Okay, Abdullah. Gory and me fix our relationship again. Okay. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm sorry if I'm not. I'm really, really bad with names. Really bad. Really bad. But I'm trying. So. Interesting. Okay. This is interesting because I feel like let me see what other things I have. Okay. So basically what I'm seeing is there are consequences to your actions, the both of you. And I feel like right now there is this undeniable connection. Okay. I feel like there is this, like, you can't get enough of each other despite not really being with each other. Okay. It feels, yeah, it just feels like that. It feels like this person is not really fully able to be with you because things are still playing out. It's almost like you're not ready yet to even try to fix things because there are consequences to the past. So like whatever it is that broke you up, it feels like right now is just about like kind of letting things play out. I know that's probably not what you want to hear. I feel like there's an undeniable connection here. I feel like this person really does have feelings for you, but it's almost like so much that they can't fully think clearly for themselves. It feels like they can't think clearly. It's almost like because things are so powerful. It's almost like you can't even think. You can't even make sense of it. And I don't know if that's a good thing, you know? I feel like they clearly have feelings for you, but it's almost like they don't, you know, when you like something so much that you start to hate it? I'm not saying they hate you, but I just feel like it's a lot. That's the energy I'm getting. It's like it feels overwhelming. It feels like a lot. And I just feel like this person is, they are kind of figuring themselves out. I feel like they're not being authentic to who they are. And until they can do that, they like can't be with anyone. You know what I mean? It wouldn't work. So it's almost like just the feelings, like just so much, you know? Just being near you is intoxicating. It's like it doesn't matter if you're with them or not at that point. Oh, and our wait. I will write down your next after Abdullah, okay? NRA. I hope I'm saying that. I don't know if that's your name, but whatever. 00. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this person needs to figure out how to be themselves around you because it's almost like the feelings are just like really big and it's almost like overpowering everything. But the problem is that things haven't played out enough yet in order for you to fix things. I hope that makes sense. I know that took a while, but it feels like because normally I can just like tell you like okay, what are your next steps? This feels overpowering. It feels almost like they want to stop liking you but and move forward, but they can't because being around you is intense. They're very attracted to you, you know? So the question is like, is what you're doing healthy? I think that's a better question. Okay, Abdullah? I hope that makes sense. Okay. Let me pull one last card for you. Do it for you. I feel like that's important here, you know, because you can't trust your feelings around this person. It just feels too much, you know. This person can't trust their own feelings around you. I feel like that's the thing. So right now it's about you, you know. You can only really figure out your own reality. Make sure you're not sacrificing anything for this person or waiting for them because they need to focus on figuring things out and letting things play out. It's not finished yet. Okay? The minute you start changing yourself or acting out for another person, for this person, that's when you lose it. You lose your control over the situation. This is about like figuring out who you are beneath all that. Okay. Okay. NRA. I don't think I can do much longer, guys. So, NRA. Okay. Hi. Okay. Well, let's see. What does Henry Lau's feelings towards me, Nadir of Ram? Okay. Is he feeling sad or hurt after I broke up with him? Okay. 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 I feel like this person wants you. Okay. They want you. I feel like they want to be with you, but I think there's a reason you broke up. That's what I'm getting. It feels like you were kind of taking on, I wouldn't say mothering, but it feels like you were kind of taking care of this person, you know? It's interesting. I feel like they want you, but I feel like maybe they don't want you for the right reasons. Maybe they want you to keep taking care of them or to keep being around them, you know? Okay, Abdullah, I'll write down your name here after. I'll get to you after. Thank you. Okay. Also, guys, if you do donate via PayPal, make sure to let me know so I don't miss you. Okay. I don't know if this makes any sense, but it just feels like the role you were playing for this person, it wasn't right. I don't know how else to explain it, but it feels more like you were acting like the parent or the mother when and they kind of need that. They need that. They don't necessarily need a partner. Does that make sense? I want to make sure that's getting through to you because it is very specific before I continue. This person's like, I want you, but do they want you for the right reasons? It just feels like that. Because I feel like there are some patterns that need to be played out. I also feel like this person, there's also this energy coming through that this person might, I keep hearing smother, like maybe they feel like, I don't know, it just almost feels like they can't get enough of you. Like they want you. They want you so bad. I don't know. Yeah. It just feels like almost like they want you, but is it because they really care about you and love you and want that with you, that relationship? Or is it because there's like an unhealthy kind of view of love? Interesting. Oh, thank you, Montaigne. I will put you on the list so you'll be after Abdullah. Thank you. Yeah, it feels almost like this person has intentions. I feel like they're very attracted to you, very drawn to you. They want to be with you, but I also feel like deep down they are looking for someone to kind of take care of them or like mother them. I don't know. Yeah. This person definitely has, I'm seeing like eccentricity, like an eccentric personality. It feels almost like they just don't really like relationships right now are not really in the cards for them because I feel like they have a lot to learn. They have a lot to grow, but they do want you. So if you're looking for like a fling or, a one night stand or something, then maybe it just doesn't feel like this person wants a relationship for some reason. I think they have a lot of things that they're trying to figure out. But Yeah. So that's the main. Yeah. I actually don't feel like this person feels sad or hurt about your situation. To answer your second question, I don't see that at all. I feel like, yeah, I just don't even see that being the focus. I feel like there's definitely just they've moved forward, you know? They're so focused on other things in their life. I just don't see you being the, taking up much room in that area. Yeah. Sorry. I feel like I'm just seeing like a breakup. I feel like this is just broken. So maybe their feelings don't align with that, but that's the energy I'm getting. I keep seeing like a ring broken, and that's symbolic. It's a symbol that a relationship or a vow is broken, you know? Yeah, makes me sad too. I think you were right. I feel like you listened to, your inner guidance, and I think that any kind of regret, because it just doesn't make sense for you to be, you know, missing this person when they clearly haven't taken you as seriously, as you are them. It doesn't seem to go both ways, but I do see them wanting to be with you. It's just maybe not in the right way. Okay. Next. Okay, Abdullah. When will Gori come back into my life? Gonna use this deck here. On Wednesday, I feel like this could definitely be during the week, the cards coming through. Let me see if anything else comes up. I'm seeing the number 9 as well. Is there a 9th that is a Wednesday? Let me see. Because that would be very specific. Okay. So I'm seeing the 9 and I'm seeing Wednesday. And I'm also seeing I keep hearing bells. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know what the bells signify, but they might resonate with you. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Hope that was helpful. Oh, thank you, NRA. Montaigne. Welcome. Okay. Welcome. Is Kevin Fraser returning to my life soon? Um, Interesting. I don't see it being soon. I feel like I do see Kevin coming back into your life, but I just don't see it being anytime soon. I feel like um I'm getting a lot of like March, like next year energy. I feel like there's this journey that has to be overcome before you could even revisit it anyway. I'm just getting It's not that they don't think about you. I actually feel like this person wonders about you a lot, but I don't see your journey happening this year. That's the energy I'm getting. It feels almost like self-worth needs to be put first. And I feel like for some reason there's this trade-off with this person. Like maybe you make yourself not lower, but like I feel like self-worth for some reason takes a back seat. And I feel like you guys need to kind of go through your own journeys before you can actually be there for each other and be together. And I think it's a lesson that the universe is kind of like throwing your way. So I always say, like, if two people are meant to be together, they're going to be together. The universe will make it happen. But I just feel like there's a reason why it's not happening now. And it's bigger, you know? So, yeah, I would say yes, but in the future, far future, I wouldn't say now. I do feel like you're on this person's mind though. And of course, you know, nothing is set in stone. The future's always changing, but this is about the path you're on now. I feel like you are learning to say no to things that are coming into your life that don't serve you. And I just feel like part of your lesson is to learn to say no to the people. And I'm just getting this energy, you know? So that, let me just make sure I answered that. Yeah. So I don't see this happening soon. I mean, I hope that helped, Montaigne. Abdullah, I'm only answering one question for people who, I know you donated, but I'm not going to answer additional questions unless there's donations. I'm sorry. Okay. I will do 3 more unless there are donations. Hi, Kira, Dorella. I am prioritizing people who donate. If you do donate via PayPal, make sure to let me know. But I'm also taking questions as they come. Okay. My throat is hurting, so I'm not going to do this much longer. Okay. Okay. Kira, did you send me a request or I don't think you what that is. Oh, is the request just like to ask a question? Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to donate again, Abdullah. I'll answer your question. But you can always book a reading with me. So, zoethepsychic.com. Links are below. Hi, Sag girl. Welcome. You guys can ask your question. I will just pick the one that I, am intuitively drawn to next. And if you want to have your question prioritized, you're welcome to donate. You can just ask your question, Kira, and I will try to get to it. But I'm going to. My list is for people who have donated because they're being prioritized. Okay, Sag girl, is Leo still going to send me a letter? Ooh. Let's see what I see. Yes. This person wants to feel good with you. And I just feel like this is a yes for me. So. Okay, Vicky. I'm only going to do 2 more now. Could you tell me anything about my love life within the future? Okay. Okay. I feel it's almost like you're not wanting to face. I'll add you Mia, thank you. I'm going to add you to the list. I'll do that. I'll do yours after I do Vicky's. Okay. I feel like you are trying really hard to move forward with love, but I feel like there's a sense of denial. There is something happening that you're not wanting to face. There are consequences to the past. Let me see what else I can see here. And it feels almost like now you're kind of having to either face those consequences or move forward, in order to move forward. I feel like this is not the era for you of settling down. I see you kind of in this like free spirit mode of just like kind of like seeing where life takes you, seeing where love takes you. And I feel like there are a lot of things where you want to do differently now. And I just feel like this is the time where you kind of explore that and also face the past. I feel like things are coming up that you need to face. That's the energy that I'm getting. I feel like there's this really strong need for freedom for you. So I feel like the single life is important. It may feel like you need to be single. You need to be able to be free. I keep seeing free, okay? And I also feel like this is a time where you are going to be more active. So that is interesting. I feel like I'm seeing you having like, I I'm not seeing this, but I mean, I'm sensing like a lot of like intimate moments for you coming through. Yeah, it just feels, I feel like there are a lot of like maybe sexual partners, or like maybe you're just really exploring your own sexuality. It doesn't feel like you're committing. I don't see you committing to anyone. I could see you focusing more on just the journey of finding love as opposed to the destination right now. So, but I also just feel like freedom. Freedom is what you need. Okay. Freedom from the past, freedom with moving forward. It's just a lot. Interesting. Yeah. So we have two things happening here. You kind of having to face the facts of the past, kind of having to come to terms with things, maybe a past relationship, but also you needing to be free and explore and be your beautiful, awesome self. I feel like something has been, you've been carrying things around with you, you know? Yeah. And it just feels like things are, it's almost like you have to unburden yourself. And I feel like in order to do that, you're going to need to like be on your own or have your own journey for a while. So it may not be what you want to hear, but it just feels almost like you have to break free of all these things that are holding you back. Um, yeah. So that's the general kind of consensus. Okay, Niha. This is the last one, guys, unless I am unless there is a donation, I just cannot. Okay. Niha. So CF of my partner, is he is he serious about relationship? Okay, I'm going to try to rephrase this because I don't fully know if I understand your question. Um, is your partner CF serious about your relationship? Does that make sense? Is that the question? I need your confirmation, Niha. Okay. Okay. I don't feel like this person is as serious as you want them to be. Okay. I do see this person being very loyal, but also like I feel like they're starting to question whether they want to take it further than that. Yeah. I see someone else in their life reminding them of you a lot. I don't know why that's coming through, but it just feels like if you can't fully have the real thing, then you want other things that are similar, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, it just feels like this person is like really likes you, really cares about you, but I also feel like they're worried about making too many promises to you. So that's the energy that I'm getting. It feels like they're worried about making too many promises, but they do love you. I see them caring about you. It's just like they can't keep up with their commitments for some reason. It feels almost like there are too many of them, too many promises. I don't know why that's coming through. I feel like this person, I feel like this person is really attracted to you. They're very, they feel like your energy really draws them in. But I also feel like they can't keep up with all of the promises they are making to you. So that's the vibe I'm getting. I don't know why this person seems to care a lot about your appearance. But yeah, I feel like this person has a lot of like, I'm seeing like a very beautiful relationship, very beautiful situation. It just feels like this person needs to kind of figure out what they want and whether they can take on as much as they're putting on. But I feel like a lot of the time they're thinking about you, and little things throughout the day will remind them of you. People, it's like they can't help it. I'm just seeing that. I'm getting very tired, guys, so I'm gonna go. But clearly, I mean, um yeah. It was really, really nice. Thank you for tuning in. I love it. You are always welcome to book a reading with me if you would like. That is what I'm here for. ZoeThePsychic.com. If not, tune in for next time. And yeah. Thank you, Neha. Bye.